Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Let's Build Society of Wolves. Things are going great. Things are going fantastic around this place. It's so nice. Look at that beautiful view. That's a sneak peek at a project Jay and I are going to do together sometime down the road. Oh, this house. This house is a beaut. But we've got so many beautiful houses through here. I love these houses. I really can't wait to get to the interior decorating. As of now, I'm prioritizing, though. I'm prioritizing the exteriors. Get the buildings in place first. And then focus solely on interior design. Kind of keep my mind straight. Keep my brain right. But we're doing pretty good. Today, you guys voted. Last episode, you guys voted, and if you didn't notice, there was like a little bit of a poll in the video. Usually, just check sometimes. Sometimes there's little polls in the videos you can check and see. But you said you want to see the church built today. I gave some other options, but that was the one that you wanted. Beautiful. We are going to do that for as much as we can. Hopefully get the whole thing done. But I had a great question. This was an amazing question. And I totally understand it. And I get why you asked it. That sign's floating. I saw you floating. Don't try to front. There you float. I see you float right there. Float sign. Somebody asked, an area built in a volcano and uses wood in the buildings. Why use wood in the buildings? Well, there's a big story behind this. And I want to start out by showing you this. Let's grab a normal oak wood plank. And let's put it right next to this guy here. And you can notice there's a bit of a color difference. And here's why. Okay? Chop down an oak wood tree, and they have a purification process. And this purification process for these people here, and trust me, a lot of people have been asking, what's the plans? Is this going to be a PvP thing? Is this going to be, are you going to put NPCs? There's a plan for this. So I encourage you to stick with this storyline and pay as close attention as you possibly can, because this could involve you more than you realize. But the people here, the people that live in this area, they have a religion, and the religion is based off of the volcano god. And I forget the name of the volcano god, but there is a volcano god. Thank you, Twitter guy that sent the name to me. That was awesome. They worship the god of the volcano, and thousands of years ago, the god of the volcano actually came out. There was an eruption, and he came out of the volcano and came down to meet the villagers, and he taught them something. He taught them because the homes were very, very primitive, very primitive, just basically just stone texture, and they were small, and they weren't able to really form much of an industry, but they were taught by the volcano god this process. And here's the process. It's a purification process, or not necessarily a purification process, but an obsidianation. What would it be called? A hardening process for the wood to make it actually resistant to fire. This wood is fire resistant. And here's how. Down this way, he taught them this. He brought them to the riverside, and he took a piece of wood. He took a log, and he threw it in the water. And he took that soaking wet piece of wood and took it over to a pit of lava and dumped it in the pit of lava and quickly pulled it out. And when he pulled it out, it formed like an obsidian shell, an obsidian layer around the wood that protected it against any sort of fire or flame. So As time has gone on, this is thousands of years later now, they have kind of built up a little bit of a system to make this work. So there's a crane here, and it dumps the wood into the water, and then lifts it up, and brings it around over to here, swing around, and drops it into here. By the way, this crane, this is a miniature of a Lynchy Inc. crane tutorial. The last video that he did, actually, I believe. So thanks for that, brother. It's not exact, but it works. I love the way it looks. And it fit in this spot perfectly. So yeah, that is the purification process for the wood. That's why this wood is able to be used in this crane right next to all this fire and lava, because it's all protected. And that kind of set this kingdom apart from everybody else. And yeah, it kind of gave them a resource that nobody else had. Nobody else had this wood that could not be burned. So pretty fantastic. But today we are going to work on the church building, and it's going to go right in this area. And I talked to you. This is, of course, going to be a little. It's great that we solidified this now, and you guys really helped with this. But now that we're doing the church, we have our religion in place, and it is the worship of the volcano god. So it actually fits very well with our colors. The sigil for these people is going to be, or for this, the empire, for the empire kingdom, is going to be a black volcano on a white, or no, yellow and red sunset. Aha, pretty nice. Or maybe a red sunset with a yellow flame thing happening. But this is going to be attempt numero dos. It's going to be a little bit smaller than what we had there, but it's still going to get the point across. But it is time for attempt number 2 at a timer rapson. Oh, my poor computer. My poor rendering computer. It is freaking howling. But there we go. That's kind of the general idea and shape of the church. The place of worship, I should say. And if you stand back and look at the skyline, it stands out. That's one of the taller because of the field of view, the perspective. But that one's nice and high. I like the height on that. And it's about to get a little bit higher. But not just yet. I'm going to use some wood in here, okay? So we're going to add some detail to this. Now, you look at this, and obviously this is plain. And I suggest to you, when you build something, make love to it. You got to absolutely make love to what you're building. This right here was that. When I first built it, it was that. And then I added wood, and then I added stairs, and then I added lines of detail, and then I added half slabs, and iron bars, and fences, and doors, and you see. So the more time you spend on it, the more time you care for it, show it you love it, the better it's going to look. This is the old trust B-dubs technique, all right? So we're just following up here, and it will get a little tutorial-y on you, okay? Because I want you guys to be able to build this stuff too. And sometimes watching a man build can kind of give you ideas of what you can do yourself. Now that's probably going to drive people crazy if that doesn't continue through there, isn't it? So we will continue it through there. I'm not going to do this on all sides, but I am going to do this just for these sides so you can see everything from the front perspective. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then that guy comes out there like that. Whoops. Gotcha. All right. Whoop. We are using some world edit here to kind of help speed things along in some places. Especially helps out with terrain and whatnot. But so that's a little bit more detail, isn't it? That kind of helps the detail a little bit. But there is some detail in the roof section that we need to do. And what I did, whoops, that's not my guy. Slab me. Not stair, slab. Thank you very much. I'm just going to start like this. And I edited this texture to have the same cobblestone texture on the top as it does on the sides. They have a different top texture that I'm not so fond of, actually. I love John Smith, but that cobblestone top texture is not my best friend. I don't love that so well. But this roof is pretty plain and pretty simple. But it gets very interesting really quick, and you'll see how and why. We're going to leave a hole in the top of it. And that hole in the top is going to be for an exhaust. An exhaust vent. Whoops. Slabs are a tricky one to place. And this is why I kind of don't love building in micro blocks, because it gets very tricky sometimes. We could even leave it like this. That could be kind of cool. Do that. That. To kind of fill it out so it doesn't look like it's just hanging there. That could be a cool way to leave that roof open. I like it. There will be an exhaust vent in there, and I'm thinking more so about interior design now. But like I said, we'll save that for later. Now we have to make this roof interesting, okay? That's just the boring old thing, but let's get it interesting. Let's put 2 blocks here. And for reference, this is 7 blocks tall for this section, 7 blocks tall for this one, and 5 for this one. So we'll come up 1, 2 from here, and we'll put a stair, some stairs like that. And then here we'll go like that. Follow? Follow what we're doing? Now off of this stair, maybe I'll just do one section. We'll go 2 stairs facing the opposite direction like so. Okay? And then here, let's do both of them. Just repetition is always good to see. Okay? Blocks like that. Good. And this is where it gets a little bit crazy and confusing. We're going to bring a block out from the stair. And boom. Boom. Good. And then one on top of that. So we're going to get something a little bit looking like that. And now, do you see the evil menacing look showing up in your face? That's kind of a dark side. Is this a dark side? Yeah, that's dark too. The old sun playing tricks on my eyes. Let's do it again though. 2 up. Then we'll do 1 up there. 1 up there. 2 stairs. 2 stairs. And then a block. A block. Stair, stair. Block. 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 Easy enough, right? I think you all can do that. And it doesn't, you don't even have to do it on necessarily this exact build. You can use that type of thing anywhere. It can be very, very helpful. But you see, our roof is kind of doing some things where this is all exposed and showing. So I want to go like that and then that. And that kind of closes in this top part of the roof. And we'll do that over here too. And, you know, when this gets built in, blah, there's nothing there just yet. But you see what I'm saying. And that'll kind of make this look... When you have two materials touching right up against each other, it looks a little weird. And this creates that kind of difference that you want to see. And then you can tie this then into the building like a so. And then some half slabs there. Pretty cool, right? And then you tie this into the building on this side and you get a good idea what we're talking about and how we're looking. Come on over here, boy. And if you're just chilling, if you're just sitting back and enjoying, then hi. Sit back and enjoy. Do your thing. Pretty good, right? I think it's looking pretty nice already. I'm happy with where it's sitting. I also brought this down and put a half slab there, that down, put a half slab there, just to kind of give that some feel and some flavor. So that's kind of the general shape. Okay, you see what we got going here? It's a nice shape. I like it, but I've got a lot to do to kind of wrap it up all the way around. So I'm gonna do that. We've got a pretty cool looking structure here. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's not overly detailed. There's just detail in parts. Some buttresses here I added. I just started adding some things on the fly. This is part of that just chilling, hanging out with the build and making it something you really love. I've been consistently doing these double half slabs have a different texture, and I've been consistently doing this along the edges to kind of signify that. Now here I didn't, and I don't know if I need to. I kind of like the way that looks, honestly. But we've got a couple of things to wrap this up. First of all, I'd like to do the door. And I am always kind of confused on how to do openings to these places, because a big wide opening like this just makes the whole building feel very hollow. It makes it feel like it's empty. Even though it is empty, like if we had a roof in here and textures and stuff, it would feel like part of the outside. So we need a door, and this door is going to seriously, and you could block the whole thing off and just put a regular door here. But putting a door on it adds a bunch of atmosphere, a bunch of feeling. That is pretty nice. So for my door, I'm going to go like this. I think this is how I want it. So we'll have that there. Okay? And then we'll have it kind of iron studded. Like so. And then for this door, we're going to go like this. We're going to put one here. Like so. We'll pop that guy there. That's cool. And then we'll do one here. Like that. And that gives a feeling that this door is open. That it's a door and it's open. Because it looks almost like, with that being that full height right here, it looks like that could swing in here and close. So that gives you this closed off feeling that you want. It's really, really nice. Ooh, that's a nice image. That's beautiful. Hello, beautiful building. I wonder too, if we go like something like that. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oops, not that block. Boop. That block. Maybe that top one. Not even. It throws off the depth. So I think that's good for that door. It's going to do the trick. It's going to make it feel like this is just a big, huge open door that that you can walk into. Again, interior design will come later in the day. Now, to really set this thing off, to put this thing on fire, almost literally, we're going to hang the colors. Hang the colors of the flag. And that decision ended up not working out. So just some big, heavy flags dangling. It's very ominous looking, isn't it? It adds color and life. It's almost, at times I feel like it's almost too vibrant and adds too much color to the build. But I am going to stick with my guns on this one for the moment. I might down the road end up changing it, possibly, but I think I really like it. I really like the way it looks. Now we're working on the dark side. Oh, these fences. Oh, how dare you. Boom, 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 boom. Very good. And that's kind of sets it off. So there we go, everybody. There is our house of worship, all completed on the exterior. The interior, again, can have some work done to it, and I'll probably still end up playing around with this thing for quite some time. There's a lot of things that I see that I'm like, yeah, I need to do that there. Just little things that I'm gonna end up doing, I'm sure, to kind of just keep the detail coming. You know, even that right there added something. But let's stand back and take a look at it from here. I haven't seen a view from here yet. Oh yeah, yeah, that definitely stands out. Stands out like crazy. I like it. It's beautiful. It's something when you see this huge city. You see the crane there. You see different points. Ultimately, you definitely want to get to that gate, but you see these different points you want to check out, and I think that's pretty cool. It gives a good look. So man, oh, I'm excited. I love it. I love this working on this project. I actually have to go out of town for a little bit tomorrow. So I'm not going to be able to play around on here, but I'm going to miss it while I'm gone. But anyway, thank you guys so much for your support here. Could you leave a like on it for me? If you enjoyed it, if you liked it, I'd very much appreciate it. And subscribe. You're brand new. I know some of you brand new. Hit that subscribe button. You'll never forget it. You'll never regret it. I mean, that's the word that's supposed to come out of my mouth. All right, stop. I'm all done. Love you guys to death, and we'll see you in the next episode.